So here we go with this quarter-final game between Nick Bell and Neil Brittain. Neil Brittain wins the lag and gets the first frame underway. And as has been a common theme throughout the day, he breaks dry. So Nick Bell on yellows. And this should be a really good battle. Neil Brittain will be a familiar player to a lot of people. He plays a lot of money matches, maybe not so many in absolute recent years, in the last 2 or 3 years, but previous to that, a very prolific money match player. Played Seb Webb a few months ago in a fantastic game. Probably goes down as one of the best money matches of all time. 25-24. A real classic battle. And this is a match between two of the favourites. I would probably say second and third favourites for the event. Some people would argue. So I think that's the way the bookie would have priced it, or the bookie did price it, that these were second and third favourite. Two very, very good players with a lot of experience between them. And both off the back of really good wins. Nick Bell 10-2 against Cole Bedford. And Neil Brittain 10-2 against Nathan Overthrow. So both of these players will come into this game with a huge amount of confidence. He's going to have a couple of awkward last balls. He's taking the double now. Missed it. Just that was a very makeable double, but I think it just maybe got a hint of a glance on the cue ball, which just straightened it up slightly. So Nick back with another chance that he wouldn't have expected. And he was hoping for a full ball contact on the yellow to leave himself along the one along the bottom rail, but now this is really awkward. He's got a horribly precarious cut along the bottom rail, which is a high degree of difficulty. He's got a horrible little cut back into the middle bag. Neither of those are particularly attractive. The one in the middle He should be getting the black out. That's a good shot. Just flick the black, but it's still awkward. Couldn't have played it any harder because he would have compromised the pot. So here we go. He's got a nice angle. He can play this with a lot of right-hand side and try and cannon that black, or he may elect just to try and land on it. And land on it. That's what he's done. You can see him urging the cue ball just to go up another few inches, just to make this a bit easier, but you fancy him to get it. Very nice. That's a nice clearance from Nick. Another dry break. That's the second for Neil. Another really, really presentable chance for Nick. Well, that's not a good kiss. And that's a mistake. He really didn't need to be near that red. It went as it was. Didn't mean to cannon it. Nice recovery. Still not plain sailing. He's left himself hampered on the rail. I may choose to, in fact probably will choose to leave the one at the top of the table as his last ball. It affords good position onto the black. Black goes to left centre, so as long as he finishes above that red, it should be absolutely fine. So it's all about leaving the angle. Oh, he's going to play the plant. Yeah, okay. Needs to finish just above the block line. Dead straight is no good. Either side. Well, I think he's just got enough angle. Had he finished a bit higher, he could just stun down. I think he's just got enough angle. Dead straight would have been a disaster. He can force this down. Nice shot, well controlled. That's good stuff from Nick Belt. And that is a reverse dish, taking full advantage of Neil's dry break. seeming to have some good success with this break. One of the only players today, but I've got to say he is timing it really well. Noticeably, Nick is using a break cue. I don't know, but looking at the tip, I would assume that that's a... Yeah, it looks like a Jason Owen break cue to me. Wow. Dare I say it? Dare I say we're just about to have the first break dish of the day. Now, bearing in mind, we're in the 34th frame that we've watched on this table. That is quite an incredible stat. Well, this is not a gimme. This needs queuing. Confidence. Great. Brilliant. So he's got the right angle just to stun down. Maybe he did have something else in mind. Well, was he seeing that I'm not? It looks like he's got the perfect angle to drop down onto the double. But he's leaving the cross table into the corner. I don't know, maybe I'm missing something here. It looks like it doubles into the middle past the black. Maybe I'm being unfair. Maybe you can't quite see the angle. That's no good. That's going to be framed to nil. That's a big frame. To go 4-1 ahead, or 3-2. 3-frame difference or a 1-frame difference. That really is a very, very big frame in the context of the game. Yeah, I kind of... Billy's saying on the chat there, couldn't he have run through? It did look like he had the angle to try and run through and move it, but then if you catch it and just push it towards the yellow, then you've got no shot whatsoever. I think he was just trying to play the percentages and give himself a shot. But he makes another ball off the break, and not the easiest of layouts. I think we're going to see him take yellows. And I think this first shot is going to be a yellow to middle and try and develop the other difficult yellow towards the left-hand side rail. In fact, he's going to go... It's going to make me look an absolute fool. He's going to go for reds. There we go. You can't call them right all the time. Actually, I think... looking at reds now, that's definitely the right option. It's, the shot I was thinking of was trusting the luck a little, and obviously he's still got the yellow on the side rail to contend with, so that's not so clever. He was looking for a full ball contact into that yellow, and he's just glanced across the face of it. So again, these things are the difference. If he gets a full ball contact there, he's got a very makeable clearance, and now he's in quite a spot of bother. Looking at cutting this in the middle. That was a tough shot. He played it well. He's been unfortunate, really, freezing up against this red. Had it released, he'd have had it into the centre as it is. He's got hampered queuing. You expect him to make this, so it's just off straight. He's just got to drop it in. Back in pretty good shape. Just looking at where he wants to be to take the one down the rail. I would say just about where that big fingerprint is that the ball has just landed on. Exactly there. I think he can just screw straight back out past the yellow. I mean, somewhere just a couple of inches shy of where the cue ball is now. To leave himself straight on the red to the top corner would be. That's exactly where he placed his finger a moment ago. So he obviously feels comfortable playing from there. He can just run the cue ball up onto the yellow. So nothing to do with the cue ball. He can just, nails it. Nice clearance. He's looking really good. Someone asking the game, the score on the Steve Bell Foster game. Steve Bell's won that 10 frames to 8. But if you do want to know what the scores are, you want to keep up with them yourself or have a look back through the draw, then it's qscore.com. If you Google QScore, Forest of Dean Open, it'll take you straight to the page. Or if you can't be bothered, then I'll just keep you updated with the scores as we go along. Shane Thompson currently 4 each against Ben Holly. And if you would be so kind, if you could like our Facebook page, and also if you could share the stream, we would appreciate that. And also if you're watching on YouTube, then please do subscribe to the YouTube page. That means that you'll get a notification every time we go live, and you'll also keep up to date with everything that Beard Productions are doing this year. Busy year for Beer Productions this year. We've got lots of things coming up, and not least we've got the Players Series from Stoke-on-Trent. Lots of big announcements coming up soon about that, about the sponsors and prize pool, etc. So some exciting times this year for pool in general, and it's nice to see that lots of other events are springing up because of it. It's really invigorated the entire pool world, so that can only be good for the game, really good for the players and spectators alike. So fantastic to see. We're looking forward to a great year. So as I say, all we ask from you is you like the page and share it on Facebook, share it on your streams. That's a really well controlled shot. Heard Neil say the same in the background. That's so easy to underhit, so easy to overhit. Played it to absolute perfection. This is really impressive from Nick Bell. He's got a great angle to come in to the black, or he could just stun the ball and straighten it up and try and kiss into the yellow. Not sure I like that though. If you kiss it half ball, chances are it's just going to come back out and cover the black again. I think he has to attack the black from here. Yeah, that was going to be a problem. Do you know what? He's still going to get close here. One cushion. He's going to get close. Wouldn't be at all surprised to see him make this. He's confident. He's playing well. And this for a 6-2 lead. No, didn't judge that very well. Shake of his head. He knows. Again, that was a really key frame. Neil just not settled on this table. He's left that a much wider angle than he wanted. He was looking to be another 4 or 5 inches down the table, so he could just drop this along the rail and leave himself the one in the middle, but suddenly makes his pot along the rail much more difficult. And there's no element of safety, because if he misses it, the black is right there, so he looks to be deciding whether he wants to reroute. And he's just not finding it at the moment. Can't seem to fall into a rhythm. You see, he's having to reroute. Well, he's taking his medicine. He's going to play this one along the rail, but confident. A lot of pressure on that shot. He played it really well. Should be fairly plain sailing. Just drop this one in the top and leave himself the plant. Nothing to do. Guaranteed to be on the next one. And the black in the middle to decrease the deficit to 2 frames. Feel for Nick a little bit. He's not really done a lot wrong in the last couple of frames. Just maybe, let's say, maybe not addressing the black earlier in that last frame. But he's gone from a position of real ascendancy where he could have been 6-2 up, and now the deficit is just going to be 1 frame. But this is the measure of Neil. He's a very, very competent player. You can't take anything for granted against him. He's going to keep coming back at you. You just have to be able to weather these little storms. It's a touch thinner than ideal, but he'll be absolutely fine. It's just a half ball cut. And make it he does. Neil able to take a liberty there. Just trying to open things up slightly. Knowing that both sets of balls have got balls tied up. It's almost one of those that neither player is going to want to pot a ball, really. You don't want to move your chess pieces. I think he's just going to... Well, he might go for the pot, but I would expect him to double this one back down over the corner bag. When he went for the pot, could half see him trying to put in a claimer. As I say, unless you can go for an out, you don't really want to be potting balls because you're just removing your chess pieces off the playing area. If you're going to pop balls, you normally start doing so if you think you can get a clearance, but I can't see there's a clearance on here. And even trying to put a cover in over this bottom left is not easy. And certainly that's not what he's going to be going for. Sort of wry look there. He managed to move that red from covering that path to the yellow to covering the path to the yellow. It was actually a very clever shot, and had that red come another few inches higher, it would presented a really good chance here. The little nudge on the yellow, pushing it towards the red. I think the yellow does. He's just looking to see if it's touching ball. He's looking to see whether it passes, or even if he could make a plant. If he can make a plant, then he can take this one to bottom corner. And just or even just drop this in. Well, we'll know whether that goes into the middle, because he does have an angle that he can break out if he needs to. But I think it goes in the middle. I think he's just looking at dropping into the gap like so, and just play this with just a trace of right hand side just to open the angle. He's just looking now. Ideally somewhere around about where that chalk mark is. You see the chalk mark just to the right of the red. Touch aside just to bring it wider. And that was where he was cueing, so there you can see that's just making sure there's no in off into the other bag. I mean, how tight is that? If that's touching, it won't go. Oh, what a great shot. Now then. Now then. Can he get through? Just going to turn it over. Lovely. Very nice. Really good clearance. But you felt that wasn't his only option. Thought he could have thinned the red, and either just come low and played the double, or try to develop it somehow. Anyway, let's frame away. They'll tie these up, and the lead is 2 frames at 7-5. He's going to have to force right through. He needs to make sure he gets below the yellow, otherwise he's not going to be able to find the potting angle. Loading up the top spin. That's no good. No. It's just died. The top spin didn't take at all. No. Just absolutely died.
If he's got enough of the cushion, so he could play, and it's a total, he could play a nice little shot behind the black.
Yep. Yep, dead waiting behind the black. That's probably a good shake.
I'm not sure if he has, no.
He's not looking at it.
No, he's looking at the pot.
Mind you, if he connects it right, he might leave nil with nothing anyway. I think that's what he's trying to do. Yes. He's just trying to play it. So if he hits it full ball and he doesn't make it, then Neil's going to be sat right in behind that yellow. But it's not worked out. And now Neil should be putting this back to within one frame. Just needs to be careful here because he needs to play this as a punch shot. He just needs to be wary where that yellow's going.
Yeah.
That's okay.
I think he's fine.
Yeah, that could have gone wrong. Played it really well.
And looks like we're going to be 7-6 here.
Yeah, really good game. He's not really got into that either. But that's okay. You can. I don't think this was his first option. But,
No.
it's okay. You can leave a nice angle just to screw back across the face of the black.
Yeah, into the same pocket. That's a lovely shot.
Yep. He's just waving his arm to get the cue ball off the rail, but he's absolutely fine. Just being a perfectionist. That's an unmissable black.
Yeah.
He's going to have to leave this one on the rail to last, but that makes it awkward because he needs to leave an angle and make sure he gets back across table for the black. And he's looking now at where he wants to be. Needs to leave a nice wide angle so he can just drop it in. He's left the perfect angle, but it's a tricky little pot down the rail.
He's going to have some pace behind it.
No, that's no good.
No.
No good.
It wasn't easy, but he was rushing a bit there.
Yeah, again, a couple of times in the match we've seen him just up the pace where you think if he takes a couple of extra seconds over those really key shots. It's good stuff from Nick.
Yeah.
Puts him on the hill. Yeah, kind of bit of a nothing shot there from Nick. Didn't really achieve too much and may have given Neil the opportunity to develop his couple of bad balls here. He's looking at
a back double potentially,
or even a double off, a back double off the yellow,
Yeah.
which is what he's looking at, and he's
fantastic
made it.
shot.
Brilliant, and also developed the black. So that was always, wow, fantastic clearance, really well worked out.
Yeah, he's took them out fantastically.
Yeah, very inventive.
I did tippy tap them for another hour probably, but fair play to him.
9-7.
Well played.
Pulls back within 2. It's his break. Trace aside.
Yeah.
Needs to commit. Don't decelerate. No.
I wasn't happy with that one.
I would have gone the other way.
Yeah, and then I just rolled that for one in, and then played a black in the middle.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's what.
When he came to the table, I was thinking exactly that. If he goes the other way, he can play that, stun back across table, and then just drop that in. I mean, the trouble was he had to.
You don't want to be playing that at pace.
No, a horrible shot to play with pace. But it's one of those. If you decelerate, you're going to miss it.
Yeah. And now's the glorious chance now. Oh, well. I think he's okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Go off the side. Side cushion, he'll be alright. Look for the black in the middle, probably.
Just shouldn't have had this chance.
No.
And this is going to put the pressure right back on Nick's break. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
just giving it a worried look for a second. But, I think he can just soft screw this, dink it in, leave the, well, I wonder if he could just dink it in and leave the white for the middle, but I'm not sure he can. Maybe he can't hold it.
He's not.
Slightly
He's
more
not
angle.
great.
No.
He's coming up. Unless he's going to try and screw it back and play it in the other same bag again. Oh, he's played
That's
that
really
quite
well controlled.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
He's missed
no.
it. He's missed it.
Wow. Absolutely unbelievable. That's a
bit of pressure maybe, but I would not expect him to miss something like that.
That's a shocking miss.
Now it's Nicholas Brian Bowles' turn to finish this game off. I think over the course of the match, Nick has been the steadier of the two.
Well played.
He's played it well.
Yeah. Neil will be very annoyed with himself because, well, just a few too many unforced errors from him. But it's Nick Bell that goes through to the to the semi-final.
Hello everyone, I'm with Nick Bell. Nick, mistakes from both of you, but overall you've got to be happy with that performance.
I was, well, to start with I was, but then near the end of the match, struggled a little bit.
Yeah.
Just getting over that line. Breaks killed him to start with.
They did,
he had a lot of dry breaks.
Yeah. I mean, you seem to be the only player today that's really mastered that break. I mean, you had it early on.
Yeah, everyone's complaining about the table.
Yeah.
But broke well to start with.
Using a Jason Owen break cue?
Yeah, Jason Owen break cue.
Yeah, you've got to be happy with that. It performed well for you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much overall.
But I mean, he was never really out of it, was he? He kept coming back at you.
He's always got that good clearance in him, hasn't he?
Yeah, yeah.
He always puts you under pressure.
Yeah. So, onwards now to the semi-final. How are you feeling about that?
Fairly confident.
Just keep playing like that?
Plugging away, really, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, I've got to be honest, no idea.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure who's up next. I think there's one game still going on, so still probably something to be decided. But yeah, good luck with the semi-final and the rest of the event.
Cheers.
So we'll be back with the action soon. Not sure who's on the main table, but we'll speak to you shortly.